Hello and welcome to Chronicles of Rainfall. This is the first video I'll be making on this channel, sort of having an interaction with you guys. I think I should wear a cap for this. Yeah. So I will be making weekly content on certain topics that I do find dear to my heart, and I think we'll be starting with the fool's journey. So the fool's journey is sort of my own journey as a fool. However, it would correlate or it would connect with a lot of people who are, going through their own journeys, trying to find themselves and things like that. Hopefully, what I hope to gain with this entire idea will be the concept of understanding. It's all about understanding yourself, understanding how you fit into this larger, broader world. And the most important, or rather the only ideology I actually hold, is not really a spiritual one, but more of a philosophical one, which is that we all of humanity, is one. And I think we would be starting, or I would sort of simmer in this with the one electron universe. So subsequently we'll be discussing like different ways. My dog is trying to distract me. We'll be discussing different ways to sort of view this template. We'll be talking about the fool's journey. So the fool's journey is, how do I put this? So it's breaking down every major arcana. So if you're conversant or knowledgeable about tarot reading, tarot cards, you would understand the fool's journey. So that's from the fool, the magician, the empress, the hierophant, the emperor, the death card, hanged man. So all of that, we'll be going through how they sort of affect your life. So the major arcana are not really like day-to-day activities, they're more like major events in your life. And then when we're done with the fool's journey, we'll be going through the fool's world. So the fool's world is the minor arcana. So that's the Ace of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, and all of this. So we'll be going through all of that as well. But however, we'll be starting with the fool's journey, which is the major arcana. So I'm quite excited to begin this journey, and I'm also very anxious. I'm very frightened. I'm afraid. I'm scared of what would happen. But I really would want us to go on this journey together and grow, learn a lot as well. However, like I said earlier, I think I'll be prefacing this journey by basically laying out the groundwork of my philosophy, if I may call it that, which is the one electron universe. So the one electron universe sort of states that everything is one electron. So scientifically, or when you go into like theoretical physics, the subatomic particles and things like that, so you understand that all of the earth, all of everything, atoms, organisms, whatever, we sort of come together from electrons. So there's electrons and positrons. Electron is when something goes forward in time, and positron is when something comes backward in time. So the idea is that everything is actually just one electron, because all of the electrons are indistinguishable from each other. Everything from the electron that makes up my airport, for example, or my bottled water, or me, or this cup, or this bracelet, it's all just one electron, one thing. So the idea is that there's one single organism, I don't know if you call it one single electron, that's going back and forth in time countless and billions of times. to create this, to create this, to create this, to create me. And I don't actually hold the scientific idea because I don't really understand it. But what I do understand is the concept that everything is one, which is that everyone in the universe is sort of this one single thing. So everyone in the universe, everything in the universe is the universe trying to sort of experience itself in different ways. So the universe is trying to experience itself as me, as this, as this, as whatever it is. All of it is just the universe trying to experience itself in multiple ways. And we as human beings we've sort of lost the plot a little bit. We sort of hold this idea that we are the grandmasters of the universe, that everything bows to us, everything sort of, and in a way it kind of does, because everyone is a universe on its own. Every human being is God. Don't shake this tape. Don't shake this chairs. Everyone is the God of their own universe. Everyone is basically creating their own reality, creating their own existence day by day by day by day. And it tracks that we are actually the God of our own universes. However, everyone else, 8 billion people on the planet, are gods of their own realities, their own universes. And there's this hermetic principle that I like to sort of attribute to, which is as above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so is the soul. I can't remember the third line, but it sort of explains that everything that exists outside, everything that we see as this gigantic universe, actually sort of replicates internally. So the cosmos, the stars, the moon, the planets, everything exists within us as well as human beings. So every human being is a universe on its own. So we contain the universe, but we are also part of the universe. And that sort of tracks with the understanding that everything and everyone is just one single thing trying to understand itself. So if the universe itself, the gigantic Big Bang, sort of created the moon and the stars and human beings and ants and flies, it tracks that every human being would also have their own internal universe, which is also doing things. So we have the lungs, we have the heart, we have the eyes, we have the blood vessels and veins and brain and things like that, all sort of going through their own functions, but they are part of one. It's one body with multiple different organs doing the multiple different things. And so it sort of tracks that the idea that the macrocosm and the microcosm are sort of one thing. I hope that makes sense. So we'll be going deeper into this understanding as the series sort of takes off. So yeah, discussing, and I also want to include some time during the reading, if it calls for it, we might be doing some card readings. I also do card readings. You can always check the description below to work with me, to get a reading, and how my reading works is sort of different. Like if you book a private reading with me, how it works is, how do I explain it? So before we have the card reading itself, I always do a sort of numerology and astrology breakdown of sort of do a numerology and astrology breakdown of your life story. So I like to get your life path, I like to get your sun sign and your moon sign and how they all track to make you who you are. And then after that, we then do a card reading. So the card reading sort of like breaks down I think I've lost my train of thought. However, yeah, so if you do book a card reading with me, that's how it will work. I'm going to give you your numerology reading, then your astrology reading, and then we then do the card reading. That's how it works. However, on this video, I don't think that would fly. I mean, how many people, who would I be doing that for? So it's something you should check the description box to book. However, to maybe like get a clear understanding of the energy or how the weekly energy would go, we could do something like that. We probably to close out the, yeah, I think that would be best. So whenever I'm trying to close out the lecture, conversation, discussion, dialogue, I don't know what to call it, but when I'm closing out the video, I will do a card reading to get like the general energy of what's happening and how it tracks. So thank you very much for joining. I hope we have a very wonderful journey together. And yes, so Rain will be joining me in my reading or my lecture or my conversation or my dialogue, whatever it is we're going to call this, by video every week. So this will be made and posted every Sunday. Yeah, every Sunday around 12 p.m. Nigerian time. And yeah, I really hope to have a wonderful time with you. We get to learn, we get to grow together. We'll see how it goes. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you next week. Bye.